Title: Sorry, man, but the estate is ours now. My wife and her sister high-fived. I quietly placed the folder on the table. Actually, your dad sold everything to me years ago. Start: Sorry, man, but the estate is ours now. Her voice was casual, too casual, the kind of tone that says, we've already won. Her sister laughed, slapped her palm. Finally! Dad's legacy stays in the family. They high-fived over the marble table like they'd just sealed a victory. I didn't say a word. I simply placed the folder between them. Leather-bound, heavy with years of silence and planning. Actually, I said quietly, my voice slicing through their laughter, your dad sold everything to me years ago. The room fell still. The security cameras caught it all, the flicker in their eyes, the confusion, the moment denial collapsed into dread. That's the thing about betrayal, it always loops back. Eventually, the blade finds the hand that swung it. I met them years ago, back when I was just the help, maintenance, paperwork, the man who made things run quietly while their father, Mr. Halden, ran his empire. He was a good man, stern but fair. He saw something in me. You have loyalty, he once said. It's rare. Guard it. I did, especially when his daughters didn't. Lena, my wife, was the charming one. She liked control wrapped in sweetness. Her sister, Claire, was the mirror, cold, calculating, but always smiling. Together, they were a storm dressed in silk. I loved Lena, though, genuinely. Or maybe I loved the version of her I thought was real. When her father passed, she said, "We'll take care of you. You've always been part of this family." I believed her, until the signatures changed, the accounts drained, and my name vanished from every document I'd helped maintain. It started small, a missing signature line, a closed-door meeting, whispered calls that ended when I entered the room. Then one night, I overheard them, Lena and Claire, on the terrace, their voices light with champagne and cruelty. "Dad always trusted him," Claire said. "Yeah," Lena laughed. "That's why he never saw it coming. Once the sale's through, he's out. No prenup, no stake, nothing." My hand tightened around the railing until the wood cracked. They were talking about me, the estate, the inheritance, everything. That night, something inside me shifted. The pain wasn't loud. It was precise, clean, like a knife sharpened in silence. I didn't rage. I observed, and I started to plan. Revenge doesn't start with rage. It starts with paperwork. Over the next 6 months, I became invisible again. Just the quiet man who handled the boring stuff. I reviewed old contracts, found legal loopholes, and discovered something they didn't. Their father had never fully transferred ownership of the estate. He trusted me as his executor, in secret. That trust was my weapon. I had his handwritten note, dated, signed, witnessed. I hired a lawyer under a shell company name, created a slow paper trail, layer upon layer, until even I couldn't trace it without a map. Then I found the perfect moment, Lena's anniversary party. Grand, lavish, cameras everywhere. She thought it was her night. I knew it would be her downfall. I wore the same suit I'd worn on our wedding day. Irony tastes better when it's subtle. The estate gleamed that night. Chandeliers dripping gold, laughter spilling like cheap wine. When the toast came, Lena lifted her glass. "To loyalty," she said, eyes glinting. I smiled. "To truth." That's when I slid the envelope across the table. The deed, her father's signature, the legal transfer confirming me as owner. She froze. "What is this?" Her sister leaned in. "What kind of joke?" "It's not a joke," I interrupted. "Your father sold it to me 3 years before he died. I just never mentioned it. Didn't want to embarrass you." The laughter around us stopped. Silence devoured the room. Claire snatched the papers. Her hands trembled. This can't be real. Page 3, I said calmly. His note, witnessed by your family lawyer. Her eyes darted down the page, then up to me. Panic, denial, fear. Why would he sell it to you? Lena whispered. I leaned back, my voice steady. Because he saw what I refused to see. That you'd destroy everything he built. He didn't trust you. He trusted me. Security footage caught the rest. Lena shouting, Claire crying, me standing still as chaos unfolded around me. They threatened lawsuits, claimed forgery, but every step they took led back to their own lies. Emails, forged documents, deleted files. All of it tied neatly in the folder I handed over to the lawyers the next morning. By the time the dust settled, they were out, disinherited, discredited, drowning in legal debt. The estate was legally, irrevocably mine. Weeks later, Lena showed up at the gate. No makeup, no heels, just a broken version of herself. You planned this, she said quietly. I adapted, I replied. You planned to betray me. I planned to survive. She looked up at the mansion behind me, the one that once held her laughter. Do you feel proud? I thought about that. The years of loyalty, the nights I questioned my worth, the pain I buried beneath silence. Not proud, I said finally, just free. She nodded slowly, then turned and walked away. The gates closed behind her like the final line of a story that had written itself long before I arrived. People think revenge is about satisfaction. It's not. It's about balance. I never wanted their fortune. I wanted the truth to weigh what it was worth. Her father gave me the estate because he saw their greed long before I did. He once told me, when the vultures circle, don't shoo them away. Let them land, then close the cage. That's exactly what I did. Now, at night, I walk through the halls they once called home. The silence isn't lonely anymore. It's earned. And sometimes, when I pass the security monitors, I replay the footage of that night. The moment they realized everything was gone. The high five frozen mid-air. The laughter dying on their lips. That's the sound of justice. Not loud, not violent, just final.